Episode 2 of the series. We're hoping not to fail, but we got shocks and an idler arm. Let's get it.
Yeah, we're just keeping up with maintenance.
Welcome back to another episode of Keeping Up with Maintenance, and if you haven't already, be sure to leave a like on this particular video, and if you're brand new here to the channel for your boy, just hit the sub button down below, man. So we're gonna keep this 100% truthful. Basically, we failed. We failed miserably when it came to the Mustang Cobra, and if you guys did not see the first episode, go ahead and check it out, you know, because this is life. Things happen, man, things happen. But to give you the quick one around, basically, there was a ABS sensor mixed with, a possibility that the ball joint was gonna spin, and I didn't have the necessary tools here to kind of remove that. And I can't leave the car, because I would need it to be driven. So that went over to the good old uncle's shop, so that's getting taken care of. But today, in a sinful in as well a hopeful fashion, the amount of English that I don't know how to speak is unbelievable, bro. A simple and hopeful I can't even, simple and hopeful fashion. Hopeful, whatever, man. But today, in a sinful and as well a hopeful fashion, we should be getting shocks into the 1980 Dodge Aspen, man. So these are the front shocks in particular, and as well, I did pick up a new idler arm. The idler arm is pretty much like a supporting arm when it comes to the steering for the car. In these classic cars, you got a pitman arm and you have an idler arm. So, pretty much the idler arm is like an extra support on a different end. Now, is that the correct definition of what that is? That's my definition, and I think it makes sense in my brain, so there's that. And as far as to everything that, has a particular location, we got the shocks that are gonna be located right around here. Hopefully we can see that, but shocks are located roughly right around here. As well, we got the idler arm, which is going to be right over here. It's gonna be this pretty much arm that sticks out. So we have a nut right in the bottom, and as well, we have a nut and bolt located right here. So I gotta clean both of those up with a little wire brush just to get all this gunk out. We're gonna do that, hopefully, swap it all up. Currently checking out the new parts, basically because I wanna really make sure, I have a good idea of the sizing to each bolt, So we're gonna get this guy out as well, and then pretty much try and match up everything we got here. So I got the sizes that I potentially may need for this simple removal / install. Only problem is the supplied, bolt they gave me. This nut bolt combination is acting weird. It's a little difficult to even thread in to its own self. So what I may do is use the old stuff, but just use the new washers. We're gonna see how this goes. So we got our power tool set up here, 22 millimeter for the nut, and then the bolt head up top, we got like a 13/16. So I mean, we'll be fine. We don't have room. What is up with the oil? Oh my goodness. Hold on, I gotta clean some stuff up, bro. Wiggle and wiggle. It is hitting something here. Who designed this, bro? Come on. So we have made the iconic decision today to just leave that idler arm as is, man, because I'm gonna need to end up cutting that bolt and then kind of swapping it when I put everything back together. So I'm not gonna worry about that right now because one of the main things this car really needs is for the front end of the car to not keep bouncing like crazy. It currently does that. And literally every bump I go through, it's like I'm, in a lowrider video. So the iconic decision has been made. We're leaving the idler arm. Now let's get to these shocks, bro. Some PB for drastic measures, some ooga doogas, and she should come right out. And if it doesn't, and this whole thing spins, I have a solution, but first things first. We're gonna put a 15, just like that, a little bit of lockage on here. Oh, oops. Ah, your mother.
The next day.
So here we are for the attempt number 2 to pretty much get this car dialed in and done, man. So, I was stressing, there was a mishap. My brain wasn't working, I busted the car a whole lot. So yeah, now we're gonna just get this done because now we got a Dremel, we got some pieces that we're just gonna cut up, get it over with, man. Let's go. Check it out. So here we are back at square absolutely zero. And pretty much what we're gonna be doing is taking our trusty old Dremel. We got a little nice metal cutting blade on there. We're gonna chop that nut up, and then as far as the bottom bolt that we saw that it was turning with the whole strut in itself, well, that's why we got our good old monkey wrench, because then this is gonna allow us to grab that strut nice and sturdy and be able to take that extra nut out. Worst case scenario, we'll go back to the Dremel and we chop it up. We got it this time, man. Let's go. And now with that nut officially out, we can work on our bottom bowl here, or our bottom nut, and that's what we're working with right now. Pretty much that is gonna have a nice grip on the strut so it doesn't spin. Then I'll be able to take the ratchet, put it on the nut, and remove it. So, easy come, easy go, man. Just have an idea. Got an idea. Our old strut is out. Now we gotta go ahead and get the other side of the strut in by putting our rubber piece with the washer. And we're set on this side, and we're ready to go on the next one, man. Look at that, just simple, you know, beautiful. All right, and now to tackle the eyelet arm yet again. Now here's my only issue with this eyelet arm. So the shaft to this piece of the eyelet arm, right, is pretty much stuck to this bar going from one tie rod end to the other. So if I can't get this shaft free from this bar, if I can't get it free, then I have no point in or use to make the attempt to then go after that guy right there. And the way I'm gonna go about that is pretty much by chopping it off. So yeah, you know, one thing at a time, and we'll see. Did we get any luck? Absolutely not. So, conclusion, the eyelet arm will officially stay put. Not touching it, you know, it's not the source of my problem right now with the bounciness. Let's just focus on the struts. So we'll put all this back together and go on the next side. What if? And there you guys have it. That is another episode of Keeping Up with Maintenance, episode 2, numero 2, dog. Hey man, look, we didn't get the eyelet arm in there or installed at all, but that's fine, that's fine. I'll tell you one thing for a fact, we definitely increased our drivability with this car because this thing was bouncing like a lowrider, dog. As far as the eyelet arm, we're not taking care of it right now, no shot. But with all that being said, if you guys found this video enjoyable and or maybe helpful in any kind of way, be sure to leave a like. Don't forget for your boy, be sure to join the clip by simply smashing the subscribe button and as well as ring the notification bell, man. Till this, me with Chris Rod for another episode of Keeping Up with Maintenance. Peace.
Hoy salgo a casarte, voy a atraparte y darte castigo.